Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Shahira. Thank you, Fadil. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, can hear.
Okay, it's my great pleasure to be here. My name is Agatha, and I'm based here out of Singapore. I've been at Adobe since 2012. Before COVID, it was much enjoyable to visit to Malaysia and to have nice Malaysian food, nice Malaysian breakfast. But I hope that we can resume these visits soon and see you again. So, what I cover today, I will be focusing on the Creative Cloud solutions, and you can then also post the questions into the chat. So, because of the let's say internet connection, I would be switching off my camera for the duration of the presentation, and after that, for the Q&A, I will switch it on again. Just a moment. Please kindly let me know when you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, so welcome to the session. It's our great pleasure to be here again with our Adobe partner, Avantech, and it's going to be my pleasure to guide you through the innovation and the tools of Adobe, how you can create very meaningful and attractive content. So this is myself and my contact details, but of course we are working together with Avantech. So any queries you might have, please direct them to your Avantech account manager, and I will be helping hand in hand to have tailored a session for you, especially for your questions. So here at Adobe, we have in digital media business unit, three different set of solutions. Today we will be focusing on Adobe Creative Cloud. So Adobe Creative Cloud is a set of solutions which will enable you to create basically very meaningful business content, which will show basically more interest and as well increase your business value, increase your also internal and external customer satisfaction. The 2 hours we will not cover today, but we will be very happy to guide you through them at a later stage. Adobe Document Cloud is a set of solutions which helps you to digitize your document processes. So basically to have more control about your documents. The documents are everywhere in each and every single department, and we would like to control them. So basically, from the moment that we have a piece of paper in the hard copy, we can help you to scan it using Adobe Scan, and then we can convert it to Adobe PDF, which is Adobe Acrobat Pro DC. PDF stands for Portable Document Format, which was invented by Adobe as well. And then finally, we can guide you through the execution portion, which will enable you, for example, to get compliant, securely conducted and legally binding signing or approval or acceptance process. And the last one is a digital experience. It is a set of solutions for Adobe Experience Cloud, especially for your marketing colleagues who are working on marketing campaigns, communication, and they would like really to understand more your target audience and also to improve how to approach them. Okay, so let's get into the Creative Cloud, how you can work in a more effective way, and especially in the new hybrid, new normal. So creativity, we at Adobe, we come with a mission to change the world through digital experiences. And especially in now new normal hybrid world, we are helping to enhance basically these experiences and not only on, let's say, the time spending. You know that the creative colleagues can work in a more effective way, spending the time, let's say, on the more, let's say, innovative tasks, and then to increase also their productivity. So here on this slide, you can see that actually creativity is the new productivity, and creativity is the new fundamental skill. So it's been for a while, and it's even more relevant than ever. So we have a lot of, let's say, here components on this slide. When I may explain, let's say we have values of our energy, right? So we would like to make sure that this is invested in the right moment, in the right time during the busy working schedule, and the return on creativity comes and it's basically converted into the productivity. So that's why when the creative, let's say, is working on the creative of the content, we would like also to engage here and give you a set of solutions where Adobe software, including artificial intelligence, machine learning, it is called Adobe Sensei tool, will help you, and for the future basically will give you more of the productivity gains. So basically how we would like to help you, it is basically to removing all of the maybe small repetitive tasks, then the software can help you and take it over. Let me explain it step by step in the following slides. So Adobe comes with a set of solution of Creative Cloud. Some of you may remember long time ago, around 2012, 2013, there were basically standalone solutions or basically perpetual license solutions of Adobe. And since that time, 2012, 2013, Adobe has helped to innovate and introduce this Creative Cloud set of solutions where users can work and collaborate from anywhere. So these are your familiar solutions like Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, more than 30 solutions and additional features and tools. Let me explain this more in details. So Adobe Creative Cloud comes with the solutions which you can work on the desktop. So it is still a solution on your desktop and also across mobile apps. So we are coming with the industry-leading creative tools and more. So this more is coming with a stock marketplace where you can basically source additional components like images, 3D assets, videos. So Adobe Stock is a separate offering, and I will be also spending some time here today explaining how the creative, how basically also white-collar worker can leverage on this while working, staying, for example, in InDesign or Photoshop and sourcing some elements from Adobe Stock as well. Then further, we have also looked after that this is all coming with the connected services. So these cloud solutions and resources for your brand management and beyond. That means that your colleagues can be also invited to the folders, to the projects, and everybody will be involved and informed. So that means that if already something in the team has been worked on, you will be also involved and you will be informed about that. So that means that no more working in silos, but it will be more integrated work environment. And last but not least, the one Adobe Sensei engine, which I mentioned at the beginning. So it's coming with artificial intelligence and machine learning to help your users to work faster and smarter, to give you some suggestions, what kind of, for example, backgrounds or kind of additional images or vector graphics could be suitable for this content creation. And you already could receive additional, let's say, suggestions when you go, for example, to Adobe Stock. So currently, we notice there are some challenges in the creative process, and therefore Adobe is coming with the solutions for these challenges. So we can see creatives, let's say that they work, or even now more than ever, in many fragmented, let's say, chapters. Some of them, let's say, are in the home office, some are in the office, sometimes are, let's say, investing into photo shootings. And the aim, let's say, of the enterprise or government organization is to unify it and to know where the project is currently, where are you going, and which team members should be involved. So you can see that basically these different workflows, they are so fragmented, so that's why we would need to say, oh, okay, who are the creative leads, who are the creative professionals, and also the business communication people. all across our organizations, they would welcome to work on one platform that they can become integrated. We see busy schedules of creatives that they are spending more and more time of the day setting up, collaborating with the team, basically, and this might be a little bit, slowing down, and might be also frustrating. So that's why Adobe is coming with a set of solutions, and you can see here on the slide everything on one slide. So these are tools like Creative Cloud libraries, which will enable you basically to work on the set of projects, or take some of the already existing basically content, maybe materials that you can sort, the cloud documents that are accessible from anywhere you are, from any device. You can also send to, for example, your customer or internal approval stakeholder the project for review, and it can be commented. It comes also with a set of fonts that you can also leverage on, and it's part of the Adobe Creative Cloud subscription. We have also additional apps which synchronize with Creative Cloud for enterprise, like Adobe Color. For example, if you walk along the street or maybe a forest and you like a certain color, a certain, say, tone of the color, you can just grab a picture and then incorporate it to your creative process. Team projects are becoming more easy to manage because the team is involved and can see the updates. We come with Adobe Asset Link, so that means that everything is nicely connected and organized. And last but not least, of course, the third-party extensions and integrations. So here, just mention only few, but as we go along, and also through the tailored session for your organizations, we can explain more. And down there on this red belt, you can see how many different solutions are included into this Creative Cloud for Enterprise solution. So we noted, and we get also continuously feedback from you, and we get to read it from our communication and marketing department, that what we would like to have is basically a tool to govern and control, right? To create and protect your creative assets, that nobody can else access it, right? That you maintain basically what secure environment for your brand asset. So Adobe Creative Cloud for Enterprise comes with a solution to help you to organize, to manage creative assets, and also to set basically what could be shared and what should be not shared internally and externally. So here IT department plays a very important role, because IT department can take control of these advanced features. And then on the right hand side, I'm talking about connecting and co-creating. That means that it's so important to work in the effective way instead of, let's say, losing time. This can be basically shared via link, and the other counterpartner does not need to have a license. We'll just only open it in the browser. Further, when I go more into details, then we put more of the solutions along the way of Adobe. So we see the challenge, and here I come with the solutions, still leveraging on the basically Adobe solutions and the challenge in the environment, in the business and governmental environment. So to be able to govern and control licenses as well as projects, so Adobe is offering Creative Cloud libraries. In addition, also cloud documents, which I touched a little bit. Then we can help you with this connecting and co-creating, enhancing the functionality of team projects and Creative Cloud reviews. And further, you can leverage on additional Creative Cloud assets. You might have your own ones, so you can create folders and then as well integration with your already existing design system, and then as well the third-party extension. So now you see at one glance how Adobe Creative Cloud set of solutions basically works and what is all included. And of course, you will receive the recording of this session as well as a summary of Adobe Creative Cloud from Avantec, and then you can come with additional questions. So you can see basically from left to right, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, XD for 3D creations, Premiere Pro for video projects, also After Effects for additional tailoring and others. So you can see that all of them are coming into your step door. So now I would like to invite you for a little bit more detailed look at the Creative Cloud for Enterprise, and additionally also focusing on the collaboration features. Before I maybe continue, I would like to ask Avantec team if there are any questions, because I cannot see the chat box.
Not at the moment, yeah, Agatha.
Okay, thank you. I continue then. So here we are. You can see basically it's basically a screenshot of the project. We see here basically an object in the middle, and here, thanks to the Creative Cloud libraries and color palette, you can see how easy the creatives can basically maneuver and change basically the design as well as shape, and as well the shade of the color. Further, when we are talking about Creative Cloud libraries and collaboration, so here we are in Adobe Illustrator, and the creative is working on this project that you see in the middle. However, let's say is looking for some more inspiration as well. So you can see on the right-hand side what are the possibilities that Adobe Illustrator solution is coming with. In addition, further on the right, you can see that there is collaborating feature, right? So just clicking on this, and then within the few moments can be also enhanced collaboration within the team that the creative will decide to share this project status. Further, we are talking also about the team projects, right? And here, for example, for collaborative video editing, which can be made much in a simple way. So here, basically, we see the team project. There are different, let's say, sequence here. And then you can see on the right-hand side that working together, right? There is another persona, can work together, and in this way, it will be more smoothly and securely basically working in this cloud environment. Then I was touching on Creative Cloud assets. So in this example, we are on the asset element, which is basically the link on the web browser, and is also connected the mirror image on the files on the machine itself. So here we have a picture of a dog, and we see that the dog has a little head. So here, thanks to this cloud environment, that we can have these documents in the cloud docs, in the libraries, so we can put everything in one place and share it directly with your teams. And then we can collaborate, creating basically a public link in the web or app. We can also say what this person or persons are allowed to do. Maybe they're just only allowed to view, maybe they're allowed also to comment, or maybe we give them the full access also for collaborating and editing. So this can be done on the user level, and it can be also enhanced additionally by the administrator level. So this is how it is explained in this example. So we were talking a lot improving of creative workflows, that it should be made easy for your organization. So governing and controlling is on the top of the mind of creatives and also on their project teams. So when we are talking about administrators, they can maneuver, okay, shall I turn on the CC, that means Creative Cloud Services, or shall I set restrictions? So depending on the project, depending on the group of users. Once this is done, then creatives can basically maneuver and alter Creative Cloud libraries for the brand or the project specifics, how it was mentioned and showed in the previous slide in this browser-based folder. And then, as a creative, you can also set ready only to basically read or ensure basically, that everything is unified and consistent with your brand. Then there are some additional tasks, so organizing, so making sure that the stakeholders are updated and everything is basically synchronized and everybody shared their opinion on that. Further, the creatives, of course, they need to make sure that the brand and project-specific libraries are protected, right? And that basically it's everything well organized. So it's a lot of work. So thanks to these, let's say, solutions that Adobe Creative Cloud for Enterprise is coming with, so the, let's say, communication, exchange between stakeholders is becoming more smooth. And you can see that Creative Cloud libraries can integrate with Microsoft and G Suite and others. You might have other solutions as well, because Adobe is coming with the open API technologies. And also in terms of this capability of sharing libraries with the third parties, like you might be working with the third parties agencies. So this can help you to work more efficiently on your marketing campaigns also. And down there, what we show as an improved work environment thanks to using Creative Cloud, we are talking about collaboration. Collaboration which can be made virtually and on the projects that we conduct virtually using basic folders, which can be shared for reviewing the work, for gaining approvals, acceptance from relevant parties, and then at the end, sharing it and publishing as a ready-made content. So all in all, Creative Cloud workflows make it easy for you to collaborate. I have also received some indications from our marketing department where we see the productivity and efficiency gains. So using Creative Cloud libraries, we win on average, according to Pfeiffer Consulting report, and we will be more than happy to share it with you as well, you gain 8 times for productivity gains. Then when we work with Adobe Stock and libraries, we have in average 10 times more efficiency. Further, leveraging on Adobe fonts, so without purchasing fonts, from any other external parties, you can have more than 7 times productivity gains. And for example, for Adobe InDesign, there were 3 times speed gains. So all in all, very impressive average results. And of course, we can help you with yours while we have tailored sessions with you and with your Adobe partner, Avantec. With that, I'm switching off the Creative Cloud for now, and I'm concentrating on this additional solution, which is Adobe Stock. So Adobe Stock, as you could see in this nice animated slide, it's a set of pictures, vector graphics, sounds, videos, 3D elements. And there are different options of licensing, of course, depending on your need. It is a database, and you can get an access for your team for the Word class stock collection. You can find the images without, any time-consuming tasks and not long hours spending on the photo shooting. And you are secure because all of them will be licensed by you, so everything is according to compliance. And on top, it's also here the important smart engine of Adobe Sensei, which is artificial intelligence and machine learning tool. So a little bit more of Adobe stock here. These numbers are growing as we speak. So I'm sharing with you the high level number, but of course, so just to share. So as I said, more than 250 million assets that you can easily access, and without leaving Photoshop or Illustrator or InDesign, you can immediately connect to Adobe Stock your license and then access photos, vectors, illustrations, 3D elements, and most importantly, these are basically these contents, let's say, these elements are growing. So in average, on weekly basis, there are 2 million assets which are added. There is a dedicated team, a business unit at Adobe, which helps us to enhance it and make it even more tailored for the local needs. And we have a lot of contributors. So this is also something appealing because you can see more than 90,000 active monthly contributors who are from all of the countries around the world. Okay, all right. So I was talking about Creative Cloud as a standalone. I was talking about Adobe Stock as an additional add-on, which will enhance your creative creation project. We have also a solution called Adobe Creative Cloud for Enterprise Pro Edition. That means, you know, that also white-collar workers who prepare presentations, who would like to make it in a nice and meaningful way, can benefit from this additional solution. What is it included? So here we have all of the Creative Cloud solutions, plus unlimited Adobe Stock images. That means that, so it's enhanced version of Creative Cloud and comes with the unlimited Adobe Stock images, right where the white-collar worker might need them, also from, maybe additional colleagues who would be really benefiting from this solution. And this is just only one license per person. Additionally, we have also Adobe Substance 3D collection. So 3D, as a definition, might be first associated with gaming and more creative media entertainment industry. However, we can see and observe that the need of appealing 3D elements is also across industries, so commercial customers. And anybody would like maybe to make it more appealing, especially as we more spend time online on e-commerce, websites, applications. So let me explain more about this. So I'm just sharing a few examples because, you know, picture speaks far more words, right? So these are, let's say, the nice effects that you can create thanks to Adobe 3D Substance. So it is used across industries for automotive, for retailers, for e-commerce, as I said, for basically anyone who would like to show their packaging in the nicer way. Anyone who has been creating something in 2D and would like to switch into 3D as well. So packaging I mentioned, so you can see an example of using Adobe Substance 3D, then further basically product which can be nicely shown by few clicks using Adobe 3D Substance. For apparel, for fashion industry, so this is a very useful solution when you are working with texture. In Adobe 3D Substance, in the texture, let's say development, it's just enough to take a picture of the maybe texture that you would like to have, and then you can upload it to Adobe 3D, and then in the few moments basically to have it and looks like real, like almost you could be touching this material. So with this having said that, right, I have a little bit kind of animation depending on the internet connection. I hope you can see a video. So it's basically helping with the real-time visualization. So you might have seen in the retail industry. It's also nice, you know, to show in a bit different way your story. So the story becomes a little bit more appealing, different. So you will get basically more attention, as I mentioned, for e-commerce and retail intel, and of course for the gaming industry, which has been mentioned at the beginning. So these are some of the examples. I hope the animations are working and you can see them. So I have few other examples when we are talking about Adobe 3D Substance and we're thinking, you know, the photography. So you can see now in this slide a comparison how you do the normal traditional studio shooting, right? And then how you could use basically a little bit enhance the 3D rendering. So it looks a little bit fresher, right? So something new you might be considering also. So we are also having a comparison that in terms of time investment, it is much shorter. So we are counting here more, you know, to give you a better tool for your efficient way of working. So you can see in the studio shot, it's basically almost 1 hour. And for the, let's say, using 3D rendering by Adobe 3D Substance, so we are talking here less than the quarter of an hour. So these are the solutions. I will not spend much time here, but I would love to go together with you and of course your account manager from Advantech to invite you for the tailored demos for you. So additionally, let's say to show you ecosystem, to understand, okay, that, you know, for example, we have on a sofa, we have like materials, so you can source them from Adobe Substance 3D assets. And then we can help you with the Adobe Substance the Painter and then staging at the end, how to display, for example, the object to the end viewer and consumer. So there are more examples, you know, again, pictures speak far more words, right, that I could do by myself, especially that we cannot see each other face to face. So you can see that, yeah, by using Adobe Substance 3D Stager, it is possible to have this kind of creation. Then when we are talking about Adobe 3D Sampler, you can see that this is what I was mentioning, just by photographing only the texture and then uploading it, dropping these to Adobe 3D Substance set of solutions, and you can have it, and maybe you need it for this next basically creation. So there are more, let's say, examples, of course, but for you, what is important to know that yes, Adobe brings you additional innovation. Basically, wherever you would need any kind of texture, if it's, let's say, scan leather or maybe any other pattern, can be also done within much less time than the traditional way of working. And additionally, I'm showing basically how design can be done using parametric 3D materials from scratch. And then as well, when you would like to be a little bit more deeper into 3D models with your materials, it can be also done using Adobe Substance. And then at the end, also changing within a few clicks, you know, maybe, you know, different color pattern. So this can be done very effectively. So all in all, you know, some big numbers that I have here to share with you. So you can leverage on. For our architecture selection, we have some special, let's say, which are especially mentioned here. Then for automotive selection, also mention here. But as we say, you know that we at Adobe, we continuously innovate and improve. So this might be, of course, much higher at the moment that I'm presenting now. Additional examples I'm sharing with you, a beautiful texture, and you can see that everything has been done by using Adobe 3D Substance. So amazing basically creation, and looks like real, really like you would be almost touching this creation. So you can see that you can change basically this quite quickly using a few clicks. And as well, you know that we can explain to you that Adobe Substance is add-on. It's not about, let's say, replacing any of your existing tools for 3D. It works very well in the workflow. And you can see on this example that Adobe Materials looks the same everywhere. If it would be basically using any of the solutions that you use, you can leverage on the integration here as well. So further, basically, you can also have a unified material library. And this starts basically from designing, manufacturers, then goes basically through the digitalization phase in your team. Then you make basically these materials, and then it could be communicated via your marketing. And this will have the immediate, let's say, improvement on your business development, on basically your conversion rates as well. So all in all, Adobe Substance 3D works everywhere, and I mentioned before, so basically we support all major engines and tools, and we add on top of it. So this was basically a general presentation about Adobe Creative Cloud tools.